Hey traders, investors, ladies, gentlemen, we're going to have a look at all the indexes in this market update, and I'm going to do that because I just want to share with you what I see, and hopefully this can keep you on track as well too as the days go on. So let me give you a market update. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, let's get straight into it right now. Let's start with the Dow Jones, and I'll walk you through all the other indexes as well too, so you can get a good clear picture of what the market's doing as I speak right now. The first thing I want to share with you is obviously we had another nice little move to the high side, a move up. Now the interesting thing is that I notice about this, let me bring up say the three month view here. You can actually see we actually had a bit of a selling towards the end of the day. It didn't close at the highs, didn't close at the high of the bar, and it wasn't really a big up bar, it wasn't a big follow through. And that's interesting for me, because when I'm looking at the markets, when I'm looking at the charts, it's like, okay, we had this up bar through here. And if you guys can hear some noise in the background, I've got the cleaners here today, so just bear in mind, yeah, don't worry about that. So we had this big up bar, we had this big explosion, past 18,000. I would have expected to see a lot more of an up bar than just 0.4%. And two, I would have expected more volume to push it through and push it through and push it through. And so that's what I would have expected to see. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about here. I was trading a stock here. Let me bring up the, I was trading a stock here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So as you can see, and I traded it back here. I actually got into the stock, and this is where I look at it now like, man, this thing is just taken off, but I didn't get the whole move, but I got most of it. So if I bring my cursor back here, and I'm bringing this over here, this is CCI. This is obviously a stock I was trading just last week, not just last couple of months in May. And as you can see, as this market started to break out, we had this bar here, and let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'll get the arrow here. Can I bring that up? All right, yeah, cool. So I'll get the arrow here. We had this breakout bar there. That breakout bar there was that bar there. Let me just make sure. Let me just double check that. Yes, it was that volume bar there. Now we had this open, high, low, and close. This here was the key for me, because this bubble here, that bubble was telling me that, okay, we're getting squeezed up in the triangle pattern, and I'm waiting for a breakout. This was a directional play for me. In fact, I did two different strategies. I did a non-directional and then I did a directional play. But let me show you what I was seeing here. This is very similar to what I'm showing you on Dow Jones right now. Okay, so when I was trading this back in May, the very first thing I noticed is that if I bring up my arrow, you can see this breakout, which actually closed above, this 88 level, which has had a lot of problems closing above and staying above. Now the interesting thing is that you can see this volume spike is this volume spike up there. That was that bar there. And you can see this next bar. Look at that next bar. Nice big open high and closed, open low, closed high. And look at this volume. Look at this volume. This volume here is for this day here, right? Had an increase in volume, and then look what happened here, right? We had another increase in volume, and then we had another increase in volume, and another nice up bar as well too. So we continue to step up, and this volume continued to rise. That was the sign to tell me that this was actually looking like a nice little trade. And as you can see, I wrote it up and I got out up there somewhere, and this is where it is right now. Oh, damn it, I should have held on for longer. No, I'm cool with that. I made a nice profit out of it anyway. So as I said before, guys, I was in two different trades here, and I got out of them all in one go. One trade I was in, I didn't care whether the breakout was up or down. I just wanted to go somewhere, and I made some good profits when exiting there. And then by also getting in on the breakout, and I wrote a directional, I also got out at there as well too for the directional. So I actually had one trade here, which was a non-directional trade, and then also a 2 trade here, and I got out of all of them for all good profits, both of them. So I just wanted to share that with you and show you that as well too. So let's actually move on now. Let's actually get back to the Dow Jones. So based on the Dow Jones, first you can see that the high is that's where almost the high is, 18,300, and we almost got there, but we rejected off. So you can see if I bring up that short-term view again, you can see what I'm talking about here on the Dow Jones. You can see that the follow-through is not a lot of volume. I want to see a lot of volume coming through, and you can see that we had a nice breakout bar and we had this good volume spike. Now we've got this small little up bar, but lower volume. There's not a lot of volume pushing this up and pushing this up. That's not a good sign, and I expect to see a rollover soon based on that. Now again, that may not happen, and I'm going to wait for confirmation with that. But if we do indeed roll over and we get back below this level here, which is this level basically all through here, which is the 18,000 level, if we get back and we open and we get back below that 18,000 level, it's all over from there, guys. It's all over. Then we're going to start to see downward movement, and we're going to start to finally see the downward movement through the rest of the year of what I've been waiting for. And that's the key I'm waiting for. When this happens, guys, I am going to be buying long term, meaning like a good 6 to 12 months worth of time, and way out of the money options. That's what I'm going to be doing, knowing that trade I could lose 100% on that trade, but that is the key I'm looking for. Once it does that, then it's all over. I know it's all over, and we're likely to see some down moves. Now, I didn't say crash, but based on what I'm seeing in the economy right now, fundamentally, technically, if that happens and we roll over and we start to close below the 18,000, especially when we start to close below the 17,800, this support level here, then we're just likely to start to step down. And I think then we're likely to start to see some big moves during the rest of this year. I'm not saying this month. Okay? Now, I do think we're likely to start to see some big moves this month, but I think during the rest of this year, from now through December, I think we're likely to start seeing some big moves. And that's the reason why I'm waiting for a topping pattern like this here, where it had like a bit of a false breakout and then it closed back below. If that happens, this here is going to be nothing other than a false breakout, and then we just step down like that. And if that happens, well, as I said before, when that happens, I will be buying out of the money, way out of the money, maybe like January 2017 expirations, way below the price. That is the key for me to do that. I'm looking to get into another good trade on the SPY or the QQQ. So that's what I'm looking for, and I'm looking for the Dow Jones to show that, but I'll be looking on I'm thinking about doing the QQQ instead, which is the Nasdaq. So I'm just going to let you know my thoughts and let you know what I'm doing there. That's what I'm seeing on the Dow Jones. Now, if we go to the S&P, the S&P is doing a similar sort of thing, but what is happening on the S&P? The S&P actually very small little up bar, 0.3% on the close up, but lower volume again as well too. So as you can see, and it's actually closed at its high. It actually closed at its highest point today. Guess what all the news, Bloomberg and all that sort of stuff was saying today? Market closes high, all that sort of stuff. And I look at that and I'm just like, well, they say market closes high, everything's good, everything's rosy, so on and so forth, right? That's what obviously the market's doing. I'd like to see the market stay up here and Janet Yellen give some sort of excuse or reason why she can't raise rates again. So the key for me, guys, is the market broke up, and once again you can see this level through here, this whole level through here was indeed a support and resistance level. That level through there, and this whole level through here. This whole level through here was indeed a resistance. So once again, guys, if we do fail here, we come back down and we close below this 2,100 level, especially this 2,080 level, guys, this is a false breakout. All this here would be just a false breakout, and then we're likely to step down like that. We may even just go straight down. Who knows with what's happening in the economy? But again, once that happens, that'll be a sign for me to buy way out of the money options, and I'll buy long term, and then I'll be sitting on those for the rest of this year and see whether we do get that big pullback. If we don't, I know I'm risking probably a good 50 to 100%. That's going to be like an all or nothing trade, so it won't be like a massive trade for me. But it'll be just enough that if it does run down, I could definitely do like multiple 6-figure profit of it, maybe even to the 7-figure profit. But if it doesn't, I'm still happy with the risk associated with it. So that's the sort of trade that I'm looking for myself, just based on that. That's the S&P 500. Looking at the Russell though, the one thing that was really interesting with the Russell is that we actually had a nice up bar, had a 1% up bar, and the markets continued up. Now we are at this level of resistance here, and this is this a double top, or is this like this is yet to be seen what actually happens here. But we are getting there, and we are getting the stochastics that is just slightly rolling over here. So whatever that means, I'm not sure, but we'll keep an eye on that. But once again, the whole level here for this Russell chart is around about that level there, around about the 116 level is that level for me. So definitely keep an eye on that. And also the Nasdaq had a little nice run to the high side. Again, 0.6%, another gap up. And it basically now has closed that gap. This gap that was here, you can see it's basically now closed it. It closed it today, and the gap has now finally been closed on this chart. And now we're running back up towards that there. Is this a false breakout before the drop down? That's yet to be seen. We are still overall stair-stepping down. But guys, the overall triple top theory that Bo Polo talks about is this, and you can see what's actually happening here. You can see how we had this 1 top, 2 top, and now there's a 3 top. If the third top fails and we start to break down through here, that's when we start to get a lot more downside to come. 1 top, 2 top, 3 top. We need to see, and I need to see, and this will be based on the QQQ. So let me actually go to the QQQ chart. This is the QQQs. This is what I'm looking to probably do my long-term put options on, because I think this is I think the Nasdaq out of all the indexes are gonna get hit the hardest. So I'm looking at this once again. 3 tops through here. Three major tops through there. So that whole level, this whole level here is obviously 1 top, 2 top, 3 top. 3 top fail. Especially guys, if we start to fail and we start to break below this 108 level, that'll be a sign for me. Once again, that'll be a sign for me to buy long-term put options. Long-term, way out of the money. I'm talking way out of the money, guys. And I'm not joking. I'm talking like maybe 60 to 80%, maybe even as far as I can go. We're talking about these options are gonna be so cheap, like we're talking 1 to 5 cent options. You know what I mean? That's how cheap they're going to be. But if I'm right about what I think is going to happen over the next 6 months, those 5-cent options are going to be worth $1 or more. Do you see what I'm saying there? Maybe even more. Maybe more. I don't know. We yet to be seen. But I haven't actually looked at the option chain, so this is me throwing numbers out to you guys. But I'm just showing you and sharing with you what I'm thinking and what I'm looking to do myself. I've actually just put more money into my trading account to load up even more trades, and so I'm looking to put on a few trades here. And if silver gets a pullback where it is right now, then I'll be getting into that as well too, even more. So, but this, if we do fail through here, guys, 1 top, 2 top, and we do start to break down through there, especially if we get it close below the 108 level, then we are due, and we're likely to start seeing some big moves on the downside, because that's now a triple top failure with a lower trough. That is a weak sign, guys. So we're just going to get to be seen. We may not get this triple top. It may just continue up. It may just continue up tomorrow. We did, as I said before, guys, we did get that. We basically did get that gap close, or almost closed that gap. So we may get that tomorrow, we may not. And that's what I see there on all the indexes as well too. So anyway, guys, that's a little update. Hope you've really enjoyed this little update. That's what I'm seeing in today's action, and I will see you next time. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course, and I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.